While it's a little more difficult to tell when fighting NPCs, it became clear in PvP that Poise had significantly less presence. For the most part, it was easier to initiate and maintain attack combos. There were a few cases where it seemed that players were able to avoid flinching or even appeared to have hyper armor, but this was far from the norm. Players' initial reaction to this has been to assume that stun locks would run rampant. Under the exact conditions of the beta, they're certainly prominent. There are factors which help the situation. First is that for the most part, player attacks seem to be a little more accurate. Laggier behavior, such as phantom hits, seemed far less common. Secondly, subsequent hits in a combo dealt less damage, as the target will be further pushed into the attacking weapon's sweet spot. Regarding stun locks, there might be another factor at work. This is the description for the bleed resist stat. Resistance to incisive attacks which cause bleeding. Improves with the resistance. Bleeding temporarily immobilizes the victim. It may be that there are two major factors which affect whether your character is staggered. Players could effectively have slash poise and crush poise. If this is the case, I would think that it would be easier to attain bleed resistance than poise. This would mean that it would be relatively easy to stop stun locks from faster weapons, while still allowing the slow startup and recovery of an ultra-heavy weapon to have a high payoff. The trade-off with heavy weapons is that they're far easier to predict and punish. However, what players should be paying attention to is their level and equipment. Players are using gear, including armor, that scales with stats at level 21 to 29. In addition, we haven't seen any equipment upgrades. In Dark Souls 1 terms, this may be equivalent to using characters of a similar level, without elemental weapons, nor the free damage provided by its version of pyromancy. These characters are also, at best, using low to mid-tier armor. We have very little information about the impact of each stat, how easy it is to level up, and the full range of equipment that players will have access to across the course of the game. It could be that players become more resistant to, or more easily able to mitigate stun locks at higher levels. It's also entirely possible that poise and staggering will be further tuned up to the release. Keep in mind, what we've seen so far is a network test, and not meant to thoroughly demonstrate how these mechanics will behave in the final game.